Good evening, and welcome to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast, where we inspire, we encourage, and we empower you to live a fulfilling and blessed lifestyle. I'm Anna, your host. I'm a retired school teacher, an educational consultant, a jury consultant, a health consultant, and I'm also a certified jury consultant. So, I bring a wealth of knowledge to our conversation and experience. And in each episode, I try to delve into topics that it will enrich our lives, from personal development to health, wellness, and of course, the art of jury. And this is done by providing workshops and knowledge and speakers. So, thank you for joining me as we explore the inspiring stories, expert insights, and practical advice to help you live a blessed and fulfilling lifestyle. Thank you for tuning in to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast, where every conversation is a treasure. So we're going to take a brief commercial, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to get into our topic for tonight. Oh, we got some comments. I always like to go by the comments. Oh, this is so sweet. It says, thank God you and your family have been blessed. And then this person says, hi, Anna. Hi, how are you? And we have TVs. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'm glad to have you all on, and thank you so much for being here. And so we're going to take brief, that brief commercial, you all, and we'll be right back. All righty. Welcome back. So I just want to repeat. Welcome to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast, where we inspire, we encourage, and we empower you to live a fulfilling and blessed lifestyle. So I am Anna, your host, and today we're going to continue our conversation about educators and the important role they play in shaping the future. In our last episode, we talked about why joyful educators matter. Today, we're going to focus on the next step, how educators can sustain their passion and purpose over time. Teaching is one of the most rewarding professions, but it also requires dedication, emotional energy, and resilience. Sustaining that commitment means finding ways to care for yourself while continuing to care for your students. So, in this episode, we'll explore practical ideas and encouragement for educators who want to continue to make a difference while maintaining their own well-being. I have another comment, you all. this person is also saying hello. So hello and thank you so much for tuning in this evening. And so we're going to go right ahead and we're going to get right into uh, our topic this evening. So let me bring up my sustaining the heart of an educator. Now, I've explained to many of you that we all are educators, okay? In one, especially if you are a parent. So, today we're going to talk about practical ways educators can maintain passion, balance, and purpose while shaping the next generation. And I am a retired school teacher, and I taught for over, I don't even want to tell you, over 40 years, but it's okay. And I, uh, I think that I maintain my passion and my balance. And I think that I was an innovative, a creative teacher. I have been nominated for some things as well, and I think that I maintain my passion because it was important to me that because I worked in the predominantly black community. I worked in all communities. Don't get me wrong, but mostly I worked in predominantly black communities, and I helped. Right now, I'm still working with daycares. They're not all predominantly black, but I'm working with daycares to help them maintain or get their national accreditation. So I can still say that I have maintained my passion because it's important to me that people realize that we do have developmentally appropriate education in our communities. Okay. So educators give their time, their energy, and heart to their students every single day. But sustaining that passion requires support, balance, and intentional care. That is so, so important. I gotta look at my notes because sometimes, y'all, I try to tell you, I get a little ahead of my notes. I get so excited, because this is a topic that is so, so important to me as well. So let's talk about some main. Remember, I said we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about some main talking points. Okay, let's talk about some of these. Now, remember that these are things to help you maintain your passion and your commitment to your job. We're trying to help educators stay in if you have a passion. It can be very discouraging when you're teaching when you have people against you. Okay, it doesn't matter what type of environment you're in as well. So the first thing that you want to do is reconnect with your why. And I know that many of you have heard me talk about connecting with your why. You have a why for everything that you do. So you might as well accept that. So you need, if your passion was teaching, see, my passion was teaching. I knew from the age of 6 years old that I wanted to be a teacher, and I worked toward that. That was my why. And I worked toward that until I became a teacher. I'm still teaching, y'all, believe it. So every educator begins their journey with a purpose. So you need to reconnect with that purpose because it helps renew motivation and passion. And then the next thing that you need is building a supportive community. No educator should feel alone. Mentorship, collaboration and community help educators stay encouraged and inspired. Now, this was one of my downfalls, or one of the things that I saw that I felt like we needed improvement in when I was teaching. Um, Most of the time, teachers feel alone. They don't have any mentorship or collaboration. This is, I'm telling you, in the regular school environment, that there is nothing there. Whereas in the early childhood field, you don't feel alone. I know that when I was teaching, there was a team of us. I had a team. I had a parent development teacher. I had a social worker. I had a nurse. I had a district superintendent or a support system. So you need that. And let me tell you, we met all of the early childhood educators, or early childhood Head Start. This was Head Start, and they did the same thing with State Pre. Okay. We all met once a month together for in-service and personal development. And I think that's very, very important. That is one of the things. Now, they've gotten better in the years coming, because they do have days where they have in-service. And the teachers meet together. There are a few teachers who will go out of the school someplace else to meet with other people. It's gotten better, but it's still not to where I think um, where it should be, because you learn from others. You learn from others. You might be having a problem with a certain situation, but guess what? This person over here has mastered that. Wouldn't it be nice to listen to what she had to say? But what if you never get that opportunity? And that's what's happening in some of the things. And I think that that might be what is one of the things that might be causing teacher burnout, among, other things like administration and all of those things. Now, my situation is different. And I want you all to realize that my early childhood experience is different from a daycare early childhood experience, or a homeschooling daycare experience. And there are different types of daycare experience, because there are corporate daycare experience. I mean, there are many, many, many ways. People just don't there are, like I said, corporate organizations that provide daycare for their employees. So there are many, 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 many ways. And I want to tell you, quiet as kept, the research for early childhood education basically came from the corporate America. It is what it is. It didn't come from the educational field. It came from the corporate field. Because they were trying to find ways to keep their employees at work. And so they started providing daycares for their employees. So when the employees would go to work or go on their break, they could go and visit their children there. And they found that the productivity of their employees increased. So just for your information, just something you need to know. So the third point, and then we're going to take another commercial after this, is practice sustaining self-care. Oh Lord, that is one of my topics. And I say that it is one of my topics because it is one of the topics that I think that I was lacking in. Seriously. As a parent, I put others before me. My my marriage, my children, even my children at school. I found myself spending money just like they were my children. I'm seriously, okay, instead of taking care of me. So I want everyone to know that self-care is not selfish. It really is essential. Educators must nurture their physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. You also want to celebrate small wins. Every moment of growth in a student's life is a victory worth celebrating. Let's go to commercial on that one.
Here's why you need to tune in right now. With CTR Media Network, you can transform your knowledge into a fully produced TV show. Imagine your content streaming on platforms like Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon Fire TV, reaching over 350 million households in 140 countries. We take care of everything, from managing your ready-to-go content to global distribution. And it's not just any content, it's edutainment, a perfect blend of education and entertainment that keeps viewers coming back for more. You'll join a vibrant community of thought leaders, podcasters and educators, all sharing a passion for impactful content and global reach. Plus, with our app available on Google Play and the App Store, your show will be accessible to millions more, ready to shine on the global stage. Let's get you started. Schedule a 15-minute call with us today and turn your idea into a TV sensation. Reply to this video by saying, "I want to learn more." Don't wait, your audience is out there waiting.
Oh, hello, hello, hello. I'm Anna. I am your host of Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast, where we inspire, we encourage, and we empower you to live a fulfilling and blessed lifestyle. So as we were going to commercial, we were talking about some main points that we should practice or use in sustaining the heart of an educator. And it's important. I got the hiccups. It's how I'm always doing something. I got water just a moment. Oh, I am. Oh, I still have it. I got the hiccups. Can you imagine? Ah. You know, you always have the hiccups or something when you got something important to say. So maybe let's see if it's gone. Oh, that's unbelievable. I think they're gone. Okay. Glad I had my water. Okay, so as we went to commercial, we were talking about some main talking points of that we could use to sustain the heart of an educator. And it's important that we sustain the heart of an educator because they will put forth their best effort when they're teaching your children. And this is true of any environment that that they're in. So we want to practice some of these things as an educator. And we talked about reconnecting. This is just a slight review. We talked about reconnecting your why. Why are you here? Why are you teaching this? What was your purpose in doing it? We talked about building a supportive community around you, so you have help. So you don't ever want to feel alone. You know, like I said, I work with daycares now, and they have a directors network where all the directors get together and they have a directors meeting. They network, they share ideas, they have speakers come in. All those type of things are involved because that helps. We also talked about practicing or sustaining self-care because it's important that you take care of yourself. It's really essential because when you feel good physically, emotionally, and spiritually, you can put your best foot forward. And the most important thing about point number 4 is you don't have to wait for a big win. You celebrate small wins. Every moment of growth in a student's life is a victory worth celebrating. I have to repeat that. Now, when I tell you that I taught many things, my most rewarding thing was teaching Head Start, and that is what my degree was in, early childhood education. And the growth, it was so rewarding watching those kids grow. Because when those kids came to me, most of them, they didn't want to talk. They just was quiet, timid, really hard to separate from the parents. But baby, when Miss Brothers got through with those children, they were so self-assured. I love my children. I love them. So, and watching them grow, and I don't know if I've ever told this situation, but I'm going to tell it now. It's about one of my students. I taught Head Start for over 20-something years, y'all, maybe more than that. And, we were trying to, I had an assistant, and like I said, I had a team. And we were trying to teach the children name recognition. And so by me having Head Start, we had a breakfast program. So the children came in every morning or even in the afternoon because I had 2 sessions. And they would come in and they would find their placemat on the table, get their placemat, put it up, go into the washroom. We brush teeth too. They brushed their teeth, washed their hands, and they came back and sat down where their placemat was to have breakfast. Well, this particular time, one of my students, we had a lot of students absent because it was cold. I live in the Midwest. The winter is atrocious, y'all. So we had a lot of students absent. And so this particular student found her name, and there was no one sitting at the table with her. Well, we encourage socialization, especially when you're eating. And so we asked, it was a young lady, her name was Ebony. And we said, Ebony, why don't you come over here and sit with the other children? Well, Ebony looked us up and down, and then she pointed to the table. And she told us, I found my name right here. And so we left her alone, okay? When I say that, and you see, I'm still talking about that. She's grown now, y'all, okay? And I'm going to tell you that I still have connections or relationship with some of my students as well as some of my parents. So each moment of growth in the student's life is a victory worth celebrating. So I can't express that thing, but I want to go on because we're still talking about because that's what it's about this evening, the main talking points. We want to create balance. And I know that you've heard me many times talk about setting boundaries and managing time. It helps educators maintain long-term sustainability in their careers. It's not just your careers, y'all. Setting boundaries helps you in life. If you don't set boundaries, you're everywhere, and people take advantage of you. You have to put your foot down. Now, I've kind of got the gist. I laugh of setting boundaries, but I'm still struggling with managing time. I have difficulty with time management. But you know, it's grateful, and I'm grateful that I know where my difficulties lie, and that where I know that I need and what I need to work on. And that's important too. I don't care how early I get up, okay? I still have problems getting out on time. It just seems like the time just flies by for me. But that's okay. I'm gonna be all right with that. We're gonna come back. We're gonna go to a commercial now, another commercial. And when I come back, let me look at my notes. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna go to a commercial, and then when I come back, I'm gonna give you a few closing messages that I want to leave you with this evening.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. All right. These are two I'm going to say very important bullet points. Excuse me, that I think that are very important. Educators, and you know I've said this throughout my presentation, make an incredible impact on the lives of their students every single day. But to continue inspiring others, they must also nurture their own well-being, which means that they must take time for themselves. They must do things that make them feel better. They must use self-care. Bullet point number 2. When educators are supported, encouraged, I think that's supposed to be, and sustained, they can continue shaping the next generation with passion, wisdom, and purpose. Because that's what we want to do. We want to shape the next generation. We want that next generation to be motivated. We want that next generation to have a purpose in life. We want that next generation to have wisdom and have leadership skills. So it is very, very, very important that we sustain the heart of the educators. All right, we're going to go take that last commercial, y'all. And then we will be right back. And I'm going to give you a little summary. All right, we are back. And I just want to say this to you. I want to thank everyone who came on this evening to support Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and podcast. It has truly, truly been a pleasure. I hope that in some kind of way that I have inspired you. I hope that I have encouraged you. And I truly, truly hope that I have empowered you to live a fulfilling and blessed lifestyle. So the commercial that you just saw is for Soul Lady Wigs. So I know I come on here every time and I talk about my Soul Lady Wigs, but you don't see me in. But I love them. They're full, so I decided this evening to show you all. It just really gives me a different type of personality. Also, before I leave this evening and close out this program, I do want to ask you to subscribe to all of my social media platforms. I always forget to ask this. But I am on Facebook. I am on YouTube, which I have right there on the screen. This is, and while you're on YouTube, please subscribe to it. But I'm always looking for sponsors, commercials and advertising. And I'm always looking for guests to be on my show. And you can always contact me at info at Anna's Lifestyle LLC.com or sweet CTRmedianetwork.com. Sweet blessings. I'm going to give you my show thing as well. So please, please, I'm asking you. It helps me so much. I do have I have several websites, you all. You saw my Jazzy Jewels website. You can go there anytime and look at my jewelry. I do sell jewelry. And I do go live with my jewelry on Facebook, which is my public profile. And I'm trying to let you know everything that I do. But if you're interested in becoming a guest or being a part of my program, this is my email. You feel free to contact me at any time if you have any questions about appearing or anything like that. And those people who are on Facebook, you can support me by with stars as well. And I think that is about it before we leave out of here this evening. I think I have shown you everything. So I do want, there is a few things, I'm going to do a few little recognitions at the end of the program to thank my sponsors as well as other people who have helped me with this program. And, but also before I leave, I do want to, hold on, let you know that I do have a book coming out. It is a collaboration. Hold on, y'all. I want to read a little bit about it. But it is a collaboration with other educators who are in early childhood education. And I believe there is about 10 of us, as you can see there. And we're all contributing, and we come from different genres of early childhood education. Remember what I just told you, that there are different avenues of early childhood education. Mine came from a school environment, but we have homeschooling, we have daycares, we have nursery schools. There are different ways that people educate their children. And then this is a book about each of those individuals telling their own personal story, and it is just enlightening. Remember what I just told you, that there is not a lot of collaboration in books. So this is a collaboration over different genres. So if you are interested in receiving, I am doing a promotion for the first 50 people. I don't care whether, they're my friends, family, educators. But I am doing a promotion for the first 50 people. Their names will be included in the book, and they will receive a free VIP ticket to the virtual conference. So if you're interested in ordering the book, pre-ordering the book, this is the link for it. And you can go there and you can purchase it. So I will leave that up for a little bit as I go into ending my program this evening with my 3 L's. Now, you all know I'm not going to leave out of here without my 3 L's, because my 3 L's are so, 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 so important. So the first thing you want to do is you want to live your life. Live your life to the fullest. I'm living my life. I'm living my dream. Writing a book was one of my dreams, one of my goals. I've written ebooks, but this will be my first real novel, I would say. And the second thing is to laugh. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh at yourself. You gotta laugh with others. It makes you feel good. Didn't you hear me laugh? I had the hiccups tonight, y'all. I done had the hiccups on my show. I done belched on the show. I have done all kind of things. I have to laugh at that because I have no control. You know what I'm saying? You have no control over that. And so the last thing, you all know what it is. It's self-care or love. Love, love, love. Love is important. So make sure you love yourself and take care of yourself. And I hope that you all have a great rest of your evening. And I will be back here next Wednesday promoting self-development and talking about educators. Have a great one. Bye-bye.